I rejected a candidate last week. Beautiful portfolio, clean UI, good typography, nice color balance. But her case study, it was just screenshots with the descriptions. There is no story, there is no thinking, no decisions, no trade-offs. That's the problem with the 90% of the portfolios I review. I am Rambal. I have reviewed over 10,000 plus UX portfolios in the last 6 years. And at Aspira, I run a 3-day career intensive where I teach one thing that changes everything. How to write a case study that actually gets you interviews. They get 3x more interview calls. Not because they suddenly become better designers, because they finally show recruiters how they think. And today, I am going to teach you that exact formula. Chapter 1. Why most case studies fail. The screenshot gallery problem. Let me show you what I see in 9 out of 10 portfolios. A typical case study. Project title, one paragraph about the company, 15 to 20 beautiful screens, some wireframes, the app improved user experience, end. That is not a case study, that is a screenshot gallery. And when a recruiter sees this, they scroll for 30 seconds. They think, nice UI, and then they move on because you gave them the zero reason to interview you. So, what recruiters actually want? So, recruiters are not evaluating your aesthetics first. So, they are asking, one, can you think like a designer? So, do you understand the problems? Do you connect insights to solutions? Can you justify the decisions? Two, can you work in a real team? Do you understand the constraints? Did you collaborate? Can you handle the feedbacks? Can you able to iterate? Or did you iterate? Three, do you understand the business? What changed because of your design? Did metrics improve? Did user behavior shift? Your screenshot gallery answers the none of this. The formula I am about to teach answers all of them. Chapter 2, the Aspira case study formula. So this is an exact 7-part framework I teach inside our career intensive. When students restructure even one case study using this, interview calls change. So let's break it down. Part 1, the hook. So start with the problem, not the project. So I designed a food delivery app for XYZ. This is a very bad example. It's a good one. Users were abandoning the checkout 68% of the time because the payment flow had 7 steps and forced re-entry of address details. See the difference. One is very generic. One shows the pain plus data plus clarity. So in the first 2 to 3 lines, I want to know what broke, why did it matter? What was at stake? So, if you can't answer that, you don't have a case study, you have a UI exercise. Part 2, context and constraints. Real designers don't work in ideal conditions. So, you have to show the timeline, 2 week sprint, or a team structure, one product manager, 2 developers, 1 designer. The platform, Android first. Budget or research limitations. Technical constraints. Why this matters? These constraints are proving that you are the matured one. So when I worked on a prepaid card system that later became a 300 million plus business, we had a brutal constraints. So 6 weeks a deadline, 16 different user types, integrations with the multiple banking systems. Constraints forced better thinking. So recruiters respect the designers who think within the limits. Part 3, research and discovery. So this is where most junior designers lose interviews. They either skip the research or they show competitive screenshots with arrows. So that is not a research. So you need to show the method, insights, impact on design. So I can tell you some example. So I conducted 8 interviews with the users who abandoned the checkout, analyzed 1,200 session heat maps. Then you have to show the synthesis. Users weren't leaving due to the price. They were leaving because they couldn't edit their cart after the payment section. So that insight changed the design direction. So research should change the thinking. If it didn't, it is decoration. Part 4, ideation and design process. Show the messy middle. So include early sketches, multiple directions, what you rejected, why you rejected it. So framework before single page checkout. So during you have to showcase the user testing showed cognitive overload. After split into three-step flow with the progress indicator. So this process shows the adaptation. So recruiters don't hire the perfection, they hire the thinking. Part 5, the solution. So now you can show the beautiful UI but annotate it. So example annotations, persistent cart reduces memory load. So green CTA chosen to reinforce the food positive association. One tab reorder based on a 78% repeat behavior. So every screen should answer why does this exist? So beauty without a reasoning is decoration. Part 6, impact and results. This separates average from serious designers. If real data exists, abandonment dropped from 68% to 34%. Average order value increased to rupees 240. So task success improved 60%. If concept project used testing data or projections. So recruiters think did this work? If you answer with the numbers, you are ahead of 95%. Part 7, learnings and next steps. So this shows the growth. You need to include what you had to do differently, what you misjudged, what you had to test next. So I'm going to share one small example. I started wireframing before finishing the research. It cost entire rework. So that honesty builds the trust. Self-awareness is very rare. So now here is something most students ignore. A great case study should not just be structured well. It should be visible. So at Aspira, when students finish their case study rewrite, we publish approved work on our public Behance profile. That profile has 2 million plus project views, 1.6 lakhs plus appreciations. So 12K plus followers. So for 2 EY award winning student projects. So why does this matter? Because recruiters, they trust the platforms before they trust the resumes. When your case study is structured well, presented clearly, and published in high visibility platforms or the environments, you are not invisible anymore. Structure gives the clarity, visibility gives the leverage. There is a big difference. Chapter 3, the formula in action. Let me show you the real transformation. So Arun from Chennai, he did the 8 projects, beautiful UI, 0 interviews in 3 months. So we help him to rewrote one case study using this 7-part framework. Same screens, new structure, clear problem, clear research, clear decisions, clear impact, clear learnings. Result, 6 interview calls in 2 weeks, 3 offers. Same designer, different storytelling. So that is the power of the structure. Chapter 4, common mistakes. Mistake number 1, too much text. Number 2, generic phrases. 3, only showing success. 4, no narrative arc. 5, writing for designers instead of the recruiters. Recruiters don't care about your Figma plugins. They care about can you think, can you communicate, can you create an impact. Here is the truth. Your UI might be stunning. Your typography might be perfect. Your spacing might be flawless. But if you can't tell the story of why it exists, what problem it solved, what changed because of it, so recruiters have no reason to call you. They are not hiring pixel pushers. They are hiring the problem solvers who can design. And the case study is your proof. So here is what I want you to do. Pick one case study, rewrite it using the 7-part formula, remove the screenshots without thinking, add clarity, add numbers, add reflections, track what happens to your interview calls. Now, if you want to go deeper into how recruiters decide in 30 seconds, why most portfolios fail silently, what a realistic 6 to 9 month UX transition looks like, and how to build visibility instead of invisibility. Watch the free orientation session. It's not a sales pitch, no urgency, no discounts, just clarity. After watching, if you still have doubts, join my live UX career decision Q&A. No slides, no pressure, parents are welcome. And if you want a personal guidance about your portfolio, message our team on WhatsApp. So you can ask your questions. If this path fits you, we will guide you. If not, that is completely okay, because in 2026, clarity beats the confidence, structure beats the talent, storytelling beats the screenshots. I am Rambal. I will see you inside.